venturing into the heart of Illinois, to a city steeped in history and shrouded in mystery, Decatur. Here are the top 7 haunted places in Decatur, Illinois that will send chills down your spine. Greenwood Cemetery, officially established in 1857, is known as one of the most haunted sites in the country. This land was used as a sacred burial ground by Native Americans hundreds of years ago, and in the early 1800s, settlers continued burying their dead here. In 1857, the cemetery was incorporated as Greenwood Cemetery. The cemetery fell into ruin and was often robbed in the mid-1900s. Visitors have reported sightings of a man in a tattered uniform who appears lost and confused. Before anyone can offer assistance, the apparition vanishes. The cemetery is also rumored to have been an Indian burial ground, adding to its eerie reputation. Many Confederate soldiers were buried here, some say alive. Despite its chilling reputation, Greenwood Cemetery remains a significant part of Decatur's history and a hotspot for those interested in the paranormal. The Haunted Decatur Tours, created by Skip Houston and author Troy Taylor in 1994, are downstate Illinois' original ghost tours. These tours take you on a 3 or 4 hour journey by bus to various haunted locations throughout Decatur. Each tour includes indoor locations where you might just encounter a deceased Decatur resident. The tours delve into the city's dark past, revealing not only the highlights of the city's history, but also the history that no one wants you to know, from crime scenes to scandals, unsolved murders, and more. The tours are based on the best-selling book by Troy Taylor, Haunted Decatur. The tours have won several awards for being one of the most authentic in the Midwest. The Millikin Theater, built in 1916, is not just a historic gem in Decatur, but also a hub for paranormal activities. The theater was built on the exact same site of a tragic fire in 1915 which destroyed the Decatur Hotel, causing an unknown number of fatalities. This tragic past might be the reason for the theater's haunted reputation. One of the most famous apparitions is One-Armed Red, a stagehand from the vaudeville era. Legend has it that Red was working high above the stage when he slipped and fell. In a desperate attempt to save himself, he reached out to grab onto something, but his arm got snagged between 2 beams, tearing it from his shoulder. He was found dead the next day. Visitors and staff have reported hearing footsteps in the auditorium, on the stage, and in the basement. There have also been sightings of a ghost child running up and down the stairs and a prankster ghost that likes to mess with the projection booth. These eerie occurrences have made the Millikin Theater one of the most haunted sites in Decatur. The Avon Theater, opened on November 28, 1916, was one of the most lavish theaters in Decatur. It was built specifically for movies, which were considered a passing fad at the time. Despite early skepticism, the Avon Theater became one of the most popular theaters in Decatur, rivaling the Lincoln Square Theater. The theater is rumored to be haunted by the ghost of its original owner, Gust Konstantopoulos. Gust, a Greek immigrant, dedicated 5 decades of his life to the theater. Even after his death in 1965, Gust's presence is still felt in the theater. Staff members have reported strange occurrences, from mysterious figures in the auditorium to doors opening and closing on their own to lights turning on and off. The most chilling encounter was with renowned author, storyteller, and ghost story expert Troy Taylor, who saw the apparition of Gust standing in the doorway. Despite its ghostly reputation, the Avon remains a thriving movie theater in Decatur. Hell Hollow, located near Greenwood Cemetery, is steeped in chilling lore and gruesome history. 100 years ago, this area was home to thugs, gangs, and river pirates. The gangs would rob the Decaturites and return here with their loot. The pirates would stop boats on the river and extort money and goods before letting the travelers on their way. Hell Hollow has been the site of many gruesome murders and acts of crime. There were rumors of cult happenings, and the areas were used for bootlegging and many other crimes. One of the most notorious stories is about Melbourne Savage, one of the people involved with the Hell's Hollow murders. He was a caretaker at the time of his demise. He was shot 4 to 5 times, but was still alive. They took him to St. Mary's Hospital and he died of his wounds there. Many say the ghosts of the dead that reside there come out. Despite its dark past, Hell Hollow continues to intrigue visitors and locals alike, making it one of the most haunted places in Decatur, Illinois. Established in 1901, Millikin University is a private institution located in Decatur, Illinois. The university was the result of the combined efforts of private philanthropy, community support, and spiritual fervor prevalent at the beginning of the 20th century. James Millikin, Macon County's wealthiest citizen, issued a challenge to the citizens of Decatur and the synods of the Cumberland Presbyterian Church to raise $100,000 each by January 1901 to establish a new university in Decatur. The university is known for its ghost sightings and paranormal activities. One of the most famous ghost stories is the young girl who haunts the Albert Taylor Theater in Shilling Hall. The ghost, known as Rail Girl, has been seen among the upper balcony of the theater. While the origin behind the young ghost is unknown, she has become part of the theater's history. Oftentimes, the Rail Girl is blamed for mishaps that take place during the shows and rehearsals within the theater, in addition to other ghost hijinks such as footsteps and crying. The young girl, who appears in a white dress, is easy to appease, however. She only requires the people who wish to use the theater leave candy out for her before a show. Another one of Millikin's famous ghosts is the ghost of Aston Hall. This story, unlike Rail Girl, is based on a tragedy that occurred on Millikin's campus in 1927. Bernice Richardson committed suicide in the building by ingesting carbolic acid after her poor grades prevented her from rushing a sorority. It's rumored that her ghost still haunts the 3rd floor of the building, and those who have seen her report only being able to see her from the top half. Aston Hall, currently not occupied, is set to be a freshman residence hall after renovations this summer. Maybe the reports of this ghost sighting will increase over the next few years. Most Millikin students never get to see the inside of Millikin's first gymnasium, which is now the home to rehearsal and storage space for the Department of Theater and Dance. People have said that strange noises can be heard in the building. Reports have stated that within Old Gym the sounds of games past can be heard coming inside from the old auditorium. Reports have also stated that basketball dribbles, scoreboard sounds, and cheers from the games that once took place can be heard within, and runners' footsteps of the lofted track can be heard. The Wabash Train Station, also known as the Decatur Station, is a historic railway station located at 780 East Cerro Gordo Street in Decatur, Illinois. Built in 1901, the station served trains on the Wabash Railroad, the most economically significant railroad through Decatur. The station was designed by famed architect Theodore Link, who also designed the St. Louis Union Station. The station was a bustling hub of activity, with passenger and freight services bringing travelers to and from the city. However, service to the station ended in the 1980s. The station is rumored to be haunted by the ghost of Joe Ricketts. Joe was a railroad worker who was tragically killed in an accident at the station. His spirit is said to linger at the station, with reports of strange occurrences such as unexplained noises and apparitions. Despite its ghostly reputation, the Wabash Train Station remains a significant part of Decatur's history and a point of interest for those intrigued by the paranormal. As we close this chapter on the haunted tales of Decatur, Illinois, we hope you've enjoyed this eerie journey into the city's past. Remember, every place has a story to tell, and sometimes, those stories refuse to be forgotten. Thank you for joining us at Really Haunted Places. We'll continue to bring you more spine-chilling tales from around the world. Until then, stay safe, stay curious, and remember, the world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Goodbye for now, and happy haunting.